Quit swearing so much.
I swear for you.
Oh, I gotta turn my humidifier on. One sec.
Okay. Look at this. He turns on the video and then he runs away.
Hold on, I gotta find the right ear.
You run away. You take the video and then you run away. What the hell is that shit?
What happened? Did the video break?
No.
All right. Are we
No,
up yet?
I'm making fun of you. Because you took your video and you ran away.
Yeah, why are you making fun of me? I don't need that.
Just cause. It's pretty funny.
It's not nice.
Oh, okay, fine. I won't be.
All right, let me mute this so I don't go crazy.
What?
The stream.
Let me tweet the deets and then we'll start our recordings, eh?
Tweet those deets, yo. Come on.
We are live.
I'm gonna have to pee in the middle of this.
What? You didn't go before we left.
I did. I've been a peeing machine today.
Oh, you've been drinking lots of water.
Maybe.
All right, ready to start your recording?
Yes.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Recording.
No, I'm recording.
No, I am recording. Me, myself,
me.
and I.
Hi, chat room.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chat room in here.
It's a chat room.
There's a chat room in here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see you guys on a Saturday like we're supposed to be.
I know. It's about time.
Oh, you know what? We haven't talked about this. What do you want to do next week? Do you want to do Sunday?
No.
Or do you have something going on?
I gotta work on Monday. Sundays are tough to put on a good show. Then
we can hold.
Yeah.
I just can't do it on Saturday, of course, because
I know.
in Minnesota.
Let's hold because then you're gonna be traveling on Sunday. You're gonna be all tired and hungover.
Okay.
Sick.
I'm not gonna be sick.
You always get sick.
The last time I was sick.
Yeah. See.
The last Minnesota meetup. I came home. We were driving home, and I had drank way too much the day before. And so I said to Kate, I'm like, I really need a coffee. Like, I needed something. And so then we stopped for a coffee, and it still wasn't enough. And so I had to find something. We wound up going to a Cracker Barrel. Have you ever eaten at a Cracker Barrel before?
When I was in San Antonio, Texas, I did.
Yeah. So I totally needed. So we had to get the most greasy, like, fried chicken for me to feel better by the evening. I was like, I feel better now. What is it about that stuff, though? When you've been drinking and all that grease just makes you want to feel much better.
It's all the fat. It helps absorb all the garbage.
It does.
You know, adding
Spencer
garbage
wants
to
see the
garbage.
nails. They're the same yet. They're going to get redone on Tuesday. They're silver
tips?
with black tips.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. I've been getting tons of compliments on this time. This time around, people at the a register when I'm getting my dinner going, oh my god, I love your nails. I love your
Oh
nails.
my god, I love your nails, Jules.
Yeah, I love your nails too, Reb.
Your nails. Thank you.
They're
you.
so pretty.
Thank you. I still have that black spot on my hand.
From what? Stabbing yourself?
The Japanese drum machine that tried to eat me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Oh, it's fine.
I forgot.
I missed the Japanese drum machine. I wish I had one.
Well, you should. Is it like the electronic Japanese drum machine? Like
These are classics. These are from the 90s. These are from the 90s, Jules.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Fit and I had these dreams of opening up our own studio, and like instead of working, like we'd record a podcast in the morning, and then the rest of the day just spent playing Japanese drum machine.
And bang on the drum all day.
Yeah, all day. to crazy J-pop music. It was fantastic. I love our dreams.
I don't want to work.
Yeah. It would be our work.
I'm a Japanese drum all day.
We'd call it show research, you know?
Show research.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Lori got fake nails today too. Go girl. Go girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels weird. Yeah, I know. When I don't now, if I don't have them on, then it's weird. Like if I had to take them off because I wasn't able to get them back on for another round or whatever the appointment was, then I feel really weird because it's like my nails are not standing up above my fingers. It's just weird. Blah.
You know, I gotta cut my nails like every week because they get long. I have fast-growing nails.
You must have like really good vitamins.
I don't know.
Good vitamins.
You should have seen how much I had to groom myself before Connecticut last week. I was like cutting my nails and the toenails and got my hair cut and
you took a shower.
Took a shower. I forgot to shave on Friday though, but whatever. I shaved on Saturday. But yeah, no, it's good to have a reason to groom.
Are you? It's good to have a reason to groom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you have like if you have the scruff going on, when you have it
Bananas.
shaved,
I like it.
Is it all weird patchy or is it
No,
just like
it actually looks kind of good in my eyes. I think I
okay.
look kind of good with a little bit of scruff, but I have this patch right here on my neck that like I think it's this side or this side that like doesn't grow in at all. So there's
Yeah.
kind of empty spot. But yeah, I think I kind of look good a little bit of scruff for my sideburns now that I have them. Yeah.
Yeah, got little burns going
Like
down there.
we were just talking about this beforehand, but I look good today.
He does look good today, doesn't he?
Fantastic.
I have frizzy hair because it is humid here, and I just say F it when it's time to try to do my hair because there's just no way. But when we went to Utah and there's no humidity whatsoever because everything is bone dry,
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, my hair is like a seal pelt. It was awesome.
It's awesome.
Humidity here is just like, just screw it. I don't even, my flat iron doesn't do crap. So in the humid state.
Does it get humid up there?
Yeah, it does. It
Mhm.
actually cooled down a bit. The humidity dropped a bit. But when I opened the door this morning and I'm like, I'm not opening the windows.
Yeah, it gets humid here too. The first couple days this week were pretty terrible.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of like tropical weather. To like, oh, put your air conditioning on because it's gonna be tropical. And I'm like, well,
Maslow just put a slash moo in here. Hang on. Let me grab it. I got it. I caught it. Otherwise, you would have missed it.
I saw it, but I thought Kane was in charge of.
Nah, I don't make him do that.
No.
He's probably doing something on in game. All right, there we
What?
go.
Kane's supposed to be paying attention.
He's a wrangling. You guys are so well behaved. He doesn't have to do much.
Right, and plus I have mod power, so watch out, you guys. I'm coming for you because I don't give a shit.
It's pre-show. We can curse.
That's right. I never tried this. Hold on.
Masha!
Okay, we're good to go. All right, you ready?
My nose is itching. And the thing I have right now is the allergy season. This is when allergies kick in for me. I could start sneezing at any given time. Hopefully, it will hold off until I'm done with the show. It'd be great.
No, actually, if you sneeze during the show, that would be amazing.
My sneezes are not amazing.
I've never heard one, so I think it would be amazing.
I have to tell you this quick story before we do anything. So I was logged into the game today, and I said something I got a couple of achievements for logging into a character I hadn't logged into for a while and got a couple things, and so people were like, "Grats!" So I replied back, "Thanks. It's been a while since I logged into this character," and so I get this message because I have the ID thing where it says Jules on it next to my name. So someone whispers to me and goes, "This is Jules from Triple T." And I said, "Yep, that's me." And they said, "I love the show." And I said, "Oh, thank you so much for listening." And they reply back, "I can hear your laugh right now." I said, "Yeah, it's distinctive, isn't it?"
You should say it's Rem's fault.
I always blame you usually, but I just didn't think of it
Right.
this time.
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry.
Of course. I just want all the credit. That's all.
And Mammoth is putting this out there. A lot of people say they listen to shows at 2.5 times speed
That's
or 2 times
crazy.
speed. I don't know how you guys do that. Like it would just mess my crap up.
I tried it once. I'm like, oh, fuck this. You guys, I have a beautiful voice. I don't know why you'd want to mess it up. Like, no, listen, it's slow. You can get sexy, and we're gonna have a good time.
He's like, I'm leaning into the microphone with a little shoulder dip.
I hold on to my thing right here, my windscreen, and it's like I'm making love to the microphone. I can talk like this because Mama Rem's not here. I think she's with Papa Rem. That's gross.
Okay.
Disgusting.
What are we doing?
I don't know. We have to start the show.
Oh, okay, we can start the show.
All right. You ready?
I am ready. But you
All right,
do your thing with the thing and the thing.
I don't think I need to. I'll do it anyways. Okay.
Stretch. Breathe.
All right. Ready?
All right. I am ready.
And 3, 2, 1. Hey, Jules.
Hey, Rem.
Jules, I'm sorry to inform you. I need to start the show on a very somber note. My basement spider Albert passed away today.
Oh.
He was caught up in a net by a female spider and he was murdered. I don't know how we're going to continue tonight.
Oh, God.
I need your strength.
listening to Tauren Think Tank, the World of Warcraft podcast for you, the World of Warcraft player.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tauren Think Tank episode 108. Jules, it's 108.
Oh, it is 108. I didn't change that thing.
You're
I'm sorry.
scaring me. It's 108.
Ah!
It is July 19th of 2014. It is 10:07 in the PM on the East Coast. We're back on a Saturday night where we belong. I am Rem. I am incredibly sad because my spider died and I loved him very much. And that's Jules, who doesn't probably feel my sympathy or pain because you're heartless.
I think the only thing I enjoyed about that spider is that he scared the absolute living hell out of Fit.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, his necrotic necrotic bites. Yeah, that poor spider. I miss that spider so much. I walked down this morning to put some laundry in, and I see this new spider web by the laundry machine. It's kind of where Albert lived. He lived in that area. And I saw this big thing hanging in. I'm like, what is that? What is going on? It's Albert. His legs are all curled up. He's not moving. And then there's this wicked, evil female spider moving around him, wrapping him up in a web. Just wrapping. She didn't even care that I was there watching her. She was just wrapping him. I'm assuming it's female. I don't know.
I don't know how you know this.
I don't know, but who else would do that to Albert, right?
Well, how do you know Albert was a guy?
I don't know. I don't know he was a guy. I just assume.
You just wrote the story, which actually makes more sense.
Yeah,
way.
aren't female spiders like smaller than male spiders, or is it the other way around?
I don't know. I'm not a spider expert.
No, they're different types of spiders. Like the new female spider who has taken over control of the basement, she kind of looks like the Spider-Man spider from the original Spider-Man movie.
She doesn't have a Black Widow thing on her, does she?
No, she doesn't have any. She's not blue and red, but she's kind of like brown and a little bit of yellow. But she's got markings on her back, and she's kind of fat on the backside.
Spencer HT just said it's the boobs, Jules. Boobs on spiders give it all away.
Yeah, totally.
Well played.
She killed poor Albert. Albert kept this basement free of pests, and now I don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah.
So now that you're wearing black, which is perfect for the morning that you're in. This is good.
Yes. I have a new chair.
You have a new chair.
I have a new chair. There's an office building being cleaned out, so I scavenged a chair.
See, this is the joy of being a mailman. You can get the good stuff.
Well, it wasn't me. It was somebody I know who got it for me.
Awesome.
So, but yes, I have a new chair, so my butt won't hurt, so we can hang out tonight. It'd be great.
Awesome. So you're saying your butt has hurt every single time we've hung out together on this show?
Yes, I bear through the pain just for you and the audience. And yes, Jen Morton, I am saying Fit was a pest. No, Fit was scared to death of that poor spider. He saw it once, and as you said, it scared the bejesus out of him.
It did.
It's the funniest rant you'll ever hear. I forget which liquor field it was from, but my God, it was amazing.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. So what's going on, Mr. I am chugging my last of my liquor?
Yeah, amaretto. Not much, Jules. I've been on vacation this week and spending a lot of time with the kids, which has been great. They are wonderful. I love my adorable little angels for the first 3 days.
Yep. I was waiting for that.
Looking forward to going back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
But no, they're good kids. We had a good time.
You did a lot of kid things while you were gone.
Yes, this was kid-centric this week. A lot of stuff to keep them busy and keep having fun with them. A lot of kid museums. Like, they got kid museums now. It's a place called Kid City where the kids can hang out and just like play with things all day.
Yeah.
And you can kind of just sit there. Now the kids are old enough, they can play with each other. They don't need daddy to run around with them.
Yes.
So I can kind of sit in the corner and, just look like I'm interested. No, that sounds terrible. I don't mean it like that. But yeah.
The next phase is when you can drop them off there and then you come back later.
Right. What did we do? The weather was terrible the first few days of this week over here. We really tropical and stormy, so we couldn't do too much. But we had a good time. They had fun. Nobody got bored. I didn't have to do too much yelling at the end. My daughter and I had a match of wills, and I win because I have extreme patience and I can deal with her screaming at me.
Oh my.
Yes. Okay, so Jen Morton has in the chat room, it's our whiskey episode, Liquor Fueled Whiskey.
There you go.
Yeah, so that would be our old-fashioned episode. That's where Fit freaked out with Albert. And also, I spent a lot of time with Mama Rem today. We went to New York to pick up Papa Rem, and if you were following my Twitter, you got to see, or her Twitter, at rem_mama. You could kind of follow along our adventures. It was nice. I never get to spend much time with my mom. So we spent 3 hours in the car together driving to JFK and just hanging out. It was nice. It was really
That
good.
is really nice. And
Yeah.
Papa Rem's been gone for 3 weeks.
3 weeks he's been in Italy, and we got to hear the horror stories of what Italy is like these days. Nothing compared to the dreamland he thought it was.
Oh. Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, you know, what happens is like the economy's kind of bad over there, so nobody really has anything except they smoke. They find money to smoke, but not for much else.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's kind of poor. It's actually in Sicily is where he's from. So
Sure.
yeah, everybody, they do like job sharing programs and everything because there's not enough work for the people there, so they share jobs.
Wow.
Yeah, but they, you know, they find a way to make it work. You adjust to your culture, right? You adjust to your normal, I guess. But he spent a lot of time complaining about the heat.
And probably no AC.
Yeah, well, there was AC, but it barely worked. So he didn't get to do all the fun things he wanted to, like eat, because he just wasn't hungry because he was so hot.
Was he staying with family?
Yes, he was staying with family. So next
Yeah.
time he goes, he's not going to stay with family. He's going to stay at a nice hotel. You know, he's become accustomed to all the luxuries of his life over here,
Sure.
and it's kind of it's different. In 3 weeks is a little too long for him, but it was nice to pick him up, and we had a nice day together. My parents today. I never get to really see them on my own, so it was cool to hang out with them.
Yeah, and you know, as much as it's fun to have the grandkids around with them, it's nice to have a time to just focus on what's going on with you.
Yeah, totally. There is something I wanted to bring up, Jules.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see Transformers 4 with Fit and Starscream this week.
Oh, cool.
And I was saying, hey, you know, what do you guys think of Transformers? And some people had the nerve to tell me that Transformers 4 was not a good movie.
Okay.
It's robots fighting each other, and it's explosions. How could that not be good? And it's 2 hours and 45 minutes of this awesomeness. How could that not be good?
2 hours and 45 minutes.
It was amazing.
Shut up! It's not that long.
It was amazing. Yes, it's like 165 minutes, so maybe it's not 2 hours 45.
What the?
It's a long movie, and it was great.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm. We went in at 9:15. We left at 12. So 2 hours 45 minutes.
Holy! You went to a 9:15 movie. You are old.
No, 9:15 at night, Jules.
Oh, okay. I was like,
You can't drink Red
know
Bull and
what?
vodka at 9:15 in the morning.
well, you can.
You can, but
I don't know if you'd want to.
You know, I don't consider myself having a problem. So, but yeah, no, it was yeah. Crano says a 2 hour 45 minute toy commercial. It was fantastic. I loved every second of it.
That is too funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what else? Anything?
No, nothing,
Okay.
nothing exciting. I haven't
Well,
done anything.
I want to lay the smack down in the chat room for being so damn distracting because they're doing lyrics to the Spider-Man theme, but they're doing it in the Spider Boobs, so they're writing it in the Spider Boobs song.
Can I name this episode Spider Boobs?
You may just write it down right now. Anyway, okay. So first off, I wanted to tell a story that I mentioned on Twitter, which I think is the funniest thing, and it was hard for me to describe it on Twitter, so it'll be a lot easier in audio form.
Okay.
So I work in this office suite where we in one big building, and there's like 15 different businesses in these different suites. And we are lucky enough to have a door to the outside that we've got a screen door, and then we've got one of the big metal, you know, industrial doors, so we can leave the screen door open when it's nice out. And so I've been leaving the screen door open because it's been gorgeous for the last 5 days. Gorgeous day. So every morning as I get into work, I'm there around 8:30. Work starts at 9, so I can get stuff and make my coffee and have my breakfast and all that stuff. And there's this woman who has this tiny little puppy that she's been walking around the building, and she works in the building. I've seen the puppy, and he's adorable.
Yeah.
And so she's walking, but I hear this noise as she's approaching because I can hear her outside, but I can't see anything. And I hear this, and I'm like, what is she saying? I hear, Gopi? 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 And I'm like, what is that? I thought she was saying poopy. At first, and then she goes around, and the dog runs in front of the door, and there's a tree right there, like one of those little trees that are on the mediums, and he lifts his leg, and she goes, Gopi!
After he successfully went pee,
Gopi!
she cheered him on.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
So literally every day, this is what I hear. She's encouraging him to pee because he's a puppy. And so she's trying to give him the voice command to make, work it in. So you hear her coming. You hear her coming down the sidewalk. She's going, go pee,
Go pee.
go pee.
I love it.
And it's that high-pitched, like, squeaky sound.
Yeah.
And she says it at least 7 times.
Wow.
And I crack up every time. So my coworker comes in one day. She came in a little bit early, and she's talking to me about, you were just talking about stuff that happened the night before, social stuff. And I hear this, and I'm like, oh, stop. Listen. She's got to listen to this. And she goes, what is that? And I said, that's the one with the puppy. You've seen the puppy, right? And she's like, oh, yeah. And then she said, Gopi? And she's
Wow.
like, what does she say? It was really funny. So
That's
there you
much
go.
different than how I say it to Buster. I let him out at night. I'm like, go pee. Yeah.
You need like the manly voice to be like, go
Like,
pee.
go pee. Hurry up. Okay, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. You've got now. I can tell you the story of the go pee lady.
Mm.
There you are. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. I thought this was pretty funny to share. Anyway,
It's hilarious.
so
Go pee.
in WoW,
Mhm.
I raided on Monday with the Orc Busters team, and we.
Who are you gonna call?
You're such a nerd. Such a nerd.
Sorry.
So we wound up raiding together, and we were on heroic Iron Juggernaut, and he's dead.
Whoa.
Yay! I got to kill him, and I got a ring. Got to replace my flex ring, which I was very happy about. And then
Well,
we
you
went
had
on.
flex gear.
Oh, I can't believe I was sitting there on flex gear with I'm getting heroic gear, but I'm still sitting with this flex ring I couldn't get rid of out of all the times I've run Siege of Orgrimmar.
Yeah.
So and we moved on to heroic Dark Shaman. We got pretty close. We got about 15%. Didn't go. There were some problems with people standing in bad.
Damn people.
Damn people.
Don't you
So-
know yet?
Don't you know yet? So we wound up. So I couldn't raid on Wednesday, which was the start of the lockout, because I've got some projects that I'm working on that I can't talk about yet, but I will be talking about them soon. I promise.
Do I know about these?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
So in any case, I couldn't raid on Wednesday, and it was apparently one of those nights.
You're
where
having
you
a
just
lot of
not-
those nights lately, aren't you?
Yeah, and I missed the whole thing, but where they just couldn't get it together very well, and people were having problems, and they were trying out some new folks that didn't know what they were doing, and so it was a little bit tough. But they said, so I got this message from Mega Code today or Friday, and he's like, "Can you raid on Monday?" And I said, "Sure. Where are we starting?" And he goes, "We're starting on Protectors." I said, "Oh, okay." So we'll be on Heroic Protectors after killing Iron Juggernaut. So, but hey, you know what? I'm raiding on Monday.
How
and
many
that's-
heroics have you killed?
I have killed 4. 4? Yeah. 4.
All right.
Because I haven't been there for all of their kills, but I've been on most of the attempts for everyone that they've done except Galgrass, which has been good. So I really enjoyed the heroic side because it's a lot different than it would be had we not had the upgraded gears. The gear options that we have where you can just now Valor upgrade your gear makes it
Again.
easier on things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying that, and I decided today that I was finally going to take advantage of my level 90 boost.
Oh, you pre-ordered?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. So I've been thinking about it. I'm like, what am I going to do? I need something new to do because we've still got time. We don't know when the expansion's coming, so I got time. And I decided that I was going to resurrect my most beloved character that I haven't played since Lich King, my holy paladin.
Jessamine?
Jessamine.
Ooh.
Jessamine has returned.
Was she still in Sentinels?
She was not. I moved her to Airy Peak because
did.
I just wanted her over there.
When did you do that?
Huh?
Well, you did that when you first moved everything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
she's been there basically just holding into a guild spot,
Yeah.
to be able to promote in that guild. That's it. So I got the experience of doing the level 90 boost, which is really interesting. I'm like, I was asking questions, and Kane was like, I said, why don't you watch this so you can see what it does? And they'll take everything that you have, everything in your bags, all your gear, all the stuff that you have, and they will put it in your mailbox, and they will mail it to you.
Really?
Get all new bags, all new gear. So they replace your bags with Ember Silk bags.
Mhm.
And you get all of it back in your mailbox. It's pretty cool. So there. So I got this.
Oh, I thought there was more. I thought you were telling me more.
That's it. I just wanted you to tell you how it worked. So I've been learning Holy Paladin again, which I have to say has changed drastically since Lich King.
Holy power.
Yes, and I am quite excited to have Jessamine back. She is my favorite, and she's got some really cool toys.
Yeah.
She's got the Wolvar, the transformation Wolvar trinket, and she also has the one that turns you into an Arakoa.
Oh, really?
I have that one.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I haven't played this character in so long. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. But
Jessamine used to be hot.
Jessamine, she still is, but I don't know what she's going to look like when the whole new human models come out. She might be hotter. I don't know. She's a badass, though.
Yeah, Jessamine was human. That's right.
Yeah,
I remember because this is weird, okay? Because back when we first started playing, I used to think males played males and females played females.
So you were just convinced that I was a female.
I was convinced that you were a female. Absolutely. And I was convinced Alana was a female too.
Alana played a female forever, and we all thought he was a female.
Yeah, until he started talking. Yeah. So I remember because Jessamine had that sexy little beret type hat.
Kinda.
Do you remember this?
Well, her hair is short, the short blonde bob. So that may be what you remember.
I remember like some sort of like beret type of hat on Jessamine that she wore. She looked like a Scarlet Crusader or something. This is what I remember from 2009.
Oh, maybe. I can't even remember because I haven't had a helm on her in ages.
Yeah, so maybe we should. Yeah, there was some type of weird. It was before Transmog. It's 2009, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
She's pretty badass, and you know, she's running around in her plate gear. She looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna try out a Holy Pally for the first time in a long time.
That's awesome.
So,
you can still find stuff that keeps you busy.
Yeah, and I needed that. I mean, I've taken some time, or I've done some other things without, you know, and I'm in the game with the rating and stuff. But it's nice to have something to do. Yeah. So
I kind of figured out why I haven't been playing anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's because my computer's in the basement.
Oh.
It's like a whole project to come downstairs to play games. Now.
That is the laziest thing I've ever heard.
Isn't it? It's like when it was upstairs on my couch, I could just grab my laptop, throw it on my lap, and start playing a game while watching television. Yeah. Now it's a whole thing. I have to get up. I have to turn everything off upstairs. I have to come downstairs, turn the lights on, turn the computer on, sit here by myself alone in the dark and play, a game that I don't feel like doing when I'd just rather watch television.
I feel like you're like Bruno Mars with the Lazy song.
I don't know how that goes.
I don't feel like doing anything. Something like that.
'Cause I'm lazy. Right?
No, it's not the Pharrell song.
No? Oh. No, but this is like what I was saying. We answered a couple questions. Like when people was playing on a laptop, you say if you played with your family in the room, it's kind of like you're still with your family. Well, I mean, I used to play with the Yankee game on. I could still watch the Yankee game and play games.
You could still take your computer from downstairs to upstairs.
I know. So now that's the whole thing is I got to take the computer up and down the stairs to do a whole bunch of stuff. The sacrifices I make because of podcasting.
You have a laptop.
I know. Did you ever say laptop or laptop? Because I used to say laptop. I used to throw a B in there.
No, it's a P.
I know it is a P, but I used to throw a B in there just because I was stupid. Yeah. But no, so once I could get off my lazy talkers and get the computer and bring it upstairs to play some games, then I don't know, Jules. I just figured that out. I haven't been playing because it's downstairs and I'm shut away down here.
So I'd like to start a GoFundMe for Rem to get one of those stair climber thingies, this chair that's on the stairs that he could just sit on it and it takes him downstairs.
What it is, I just need a second computer. That's all. Let's try to fund anything for a second computer.
No, I want the stair climber, damn it.
I want the autographed doghouse systems from Jules.
Well, people I think would be ready to fund your old man, I need to climb the stairs chair.
I'm getting old. I am getting old.
So, hey, I wanted to do a final reminder.
No.
Final reminder.
I said no.
Doing it anyway.
All right.
About the Minnesota Meetup. Coming next week, a week from today, as we are recording the show. It's in Minneapolis. It's at the Herkimer Pub. It's on Saturday, July 26th at 3 to 7 p.m. I will be there. Arcane will be there. Pat Crane will be there. From our chat room, I think it's going to be Midnight. Ladra is going to be there. I heard a rumor that Lori might be coming.
These are some of my favorite people ever.
I know. Oh. So we're going to be there. You're gonna, and people are gonna be there. You gotta
I used
come.
up my token to Kineticon, Jules. I can't come.
Good Lord. Take tokens for BlizzCon or something.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my reminder. It's next weekend, which means no show next weekend, guys.
You guys.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. I'm sorry there's no show, but this place is called the Herkimer Pub. I mean, that's awesome.
I know.
Herkimer? You could say Herkimer. I mean, try saying that drunk. Actually, Jules, record yourself drunk saying that next week if you could.
Okay. I'll take my phone and be like, hey, guys, say the name of this place that we're in.
When you're like 7 Patrons in, just try
Ready,
saying Herkimer Pub.
Herkimer.
Herkimer. Herkimer.
Where are we, the Herkimer?
Herkimer. Leave me alone, idiot. Yeah. Yeah, so no show next week, but we'll be back the week after, back on Saturday.
Yes, we will. And
Rocking
we
your
will be on a
world.
normal schedule again.
That's right.
Again.
For a little while, anyways. I don't know what's coming up. I have a vacation in August sometime. We're probably going to miss a show.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. But
We'll
we'll
figure
be
it
back
out.
on a normal schedule.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's go do some real stuff here.
Are you ready?
Ready.
It's been a couple weeks. So if discussions.
By the way, Kane wants to know what he did with all the stuff he recorded.
They're still in the Dropbox.
And why haven't you done anything with them?
Because my computer's in the basement.
I hate this lazy man. Okay, let's do. I don't hate him. I really don't hate him. Read the thing.
Hey, Jules, and hey, Rem, having been in a really large and popular alliance guild sometimes has its drawbacks. Being the fresh, new, hot place to be seems to make many people feel that they will somehow be cooler if they were to follow the crowd and join in the fun. However, many of these individuals decide to give up their happiness and comfort level of their Horde side to switch over to the Alliance Guild. Even after weeks after doing so, they are still restless and uneasy, constantly sending bad vibes out and discouraging remarks. The remarks are always the same. I love this guild, but you know what would make it 1,000 times better? If they were Horde. I have so much fun in this guild, but the Alliance side sucks. Horde side is so much better. This is a fun guild. You know what would make it rule? If you guys made a Horde guild of the same name. As the chat continues, the tensions start to rise. First, 2 people will say it, and then others join in and sing along. I used to just bite my tongue, but now it has gotten to the point where I have to speak out and say, why did you come here if you like the Horde side so much? Their response is always the same. I had a friend tell me this was a cool guild. Why do many individuals not see the long view of what makes a good decision? Why do they only seem to be so short-sighted and decide to go with what is popular instead of what makes them happy? Do they not understand that being part of the guild is unity, teamwork, and the goal to make the community a more open and friendly place? I wish individuals would think more about what they have to contribute to make a guild a better place than what the guild can do to make them feel better in their own personal views. Signed, Frustrated Torrents.
Okay, so there's a couple levels of this discussion topic, and I think it's this. Number 1, why is the grass always greener for everything? And number 2, why do people seem to get into a guild situation and then openly criticize what it is that, especially in this case, which is a popular alliance guild, but people wish it would be Horde. So I think those are the 2 discussion points that are here.
Yeah.
Okay. So my thoughts about the why is the grass always greener in this, and why do people do this?
Is he talking about convert to raid?
He must be.
Okay.
He must be. I mean, I'm guessing so. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm guessing so. So, and this is something as an officer of the guild, yes, we have heard this countless times. I just wish you guys had made this a Horde guild, not an Alliance guild. Well, tough. We made it an Alliance guild. This is the thing. We can't change it now because we have 10 co-guilds. It's not going to happen.
And 72,000 members.
And it's 72,000 people.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I find interesting is that there is this feeling of the Horde versus Alliance being something that is really that affecting gameplay. I understand what it is, but I don't necessarily think I subscribe to it because I've always been an Alliance player at heart. So it's hard for me to understand. I think that there's a feeling of, well, we would be cooler if we were Horde versus being Alliance. And I don't know what you feel like because you've played both as well.
I miss my alliance people.
But see, this is the thing. You're like, I'm Horde and I wish I were Alliance.
Yeah, but I've come to accept being Horde. Like, I realized the Horde bias, and the Horde got the better story. So whatever. I'm not missing much on the Alliance side. And when we first made the switch, I was against it. You remember?
Oh, absolutely.
I did not want to be Horde. I loved my Draenei. I wanted to stay Alliance. And then when we heard Miss Apindari was getting a cool Alliance intro or whatever, which I don't think they ever really got, but it sounded like they did. I was really pissed that we were going Horde. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think to me anyways, it doesn't matter what side you're on as long as you're playing with awesome people, right?
Yes.
Because that's the most important part is who you're playing with. I could see a whole bunch of people joining Convert to Raid in the early days because, oh my God, it's guys from Convert to Raid. They started their own guild. It's going to be great. We can play with podcasters and all that stuff.
And it's a raiding guild.
And it's a raiding guild.
What a lot of people just went bonkers over.
Yeah. I mean, when somebody switches from Horde to Alliance to go play Alliance and then really like the Horde, you're going to hear that stuff from them. And I don't know how really you stop it. You don't feed it. But
yeah, the problem is that Blizzard will say, and this is something that's been core for Warcraft its entire lifespan, is that it's always been the Alliance and the Horde. That there's been one side versus the other side, and you pick your side. So even though our auction houses will become cross-factional, there's going to be no opportunity for us to group cross-factionally or have in-game conversations cross-factionally unless you're on battle tag with that person outside of the game.
Yeah.
So and that's just this core value that they've said that this is it. So when you join a big guild, a mega guild, and say, I just think that this guild would be so much better if it was Horde, what is it that is missing? Is it the storyline? Is it the respect level? Is respect level by other players, by yourself, by the character look that you play? I don't know. I really have a problem when people say this kind of thing. Like, I wish we were playing Horde instead of Alliance.
I think people get attached. If you start the game playing Horde and you've grown up Horde and you have all your Horde tunes and all of a sudden you go in to play Alliance because there's a community there that you can actually play with and you can raid with people. It's cool to have the community, but then you miss the old parts. Like, I miss the Alliance. I miss my Draenei. That's what I miss from the Alliance. I miss my sexy Draenei because he was beautiful. He had a crown of horns. It was fantastic. He was amazing. I miss Stormwind. I loved Stormwind. And I missed feeling like I was a good guy.
Yeah.
Right? But, I mean, after a while, I still miss those things, but I know better. I know I made my choice. I know not to complain about it because that's not going to change it. So, I mean, you get attached. And so you feel like, man, place is so great, but imagine if I was able to play with the nostalgia I have from the Horde. Imagine if I was able to be that Tauren I used to be in this guild. They would be perfect. Because you want the best of both worlds. And people don't know how to just keep their mouth shut.
Well, and I think my answer to this question is the visual is probably the largest portion of this. It's what your character looks like. Yeah. It's what the armor sets look like. It's what the cities that you visit look like. It's part of that. It's also the imagery that you have for your character. Because I'll tell you, getting back on and playing my paladin today, which I haven't played since Lich King, remember, is something that I really was like, oh my gosh, I love this character. I love her. I miss her. Because I used to RP on that character way back when. And I was actually, that character was created alongside of Arcane's mage, Arcane, because we had a whole RP story that went along with it. He was the wizened mage who got basically chastened and kicked out of his order to go back and train this young upstart annoying kid of a paladin and teach her some humility, whereas he didn't have much of it himself. And it was a really cool storyline where we used to fight all the time and just kind of be at odds, but he would, and he just didn't want to be there. And she was like, I don't need you here, old man. And it was just like this fun story. And I was like, this is awesome. And so there's a feeling that comes from connection to the character, connection to the story, connection to the visual. So that is something that is very it's very visceral for people, which is why I understand why people will be like, I want to play Horde. I want to be the power and the glory and all of that.
I mean, Rem had a story when he was Alliance side. He was a fallen Drae Knight, raised as a Death Knight, hated being a Death Knight so much, but wanted to protect what he thought was right. And there was even a time where I was like role playing a story with somebody else in the guild when I was actually away from the game. We were writing letters to each other, just to keep the character fresh in my mind. That didn't last very long. But when we made the switch, I didn't have that story anymore. I never figured out who Remgar the Tauren was.
Right.
I still haven't. I don't know. I have no story for Remgar the Tauren. None. I was just a raider. I just became a raider, and that was it. So there is that. Like you said, you have stories, you have a history built up, and it's hard to leave it.
Yeah, and so I think that is why people start to get heated on these discussions in guild chat and say these things, because they have a connection to the Horde, but they came to this Alliance guild because a friend encouraged them to come, because it is your own personal preference of visual or story or all of that. And then it's being kind of butting up against the social aspect, the connection, the ability to do the things in the game that you want to do. And so it's like, well, I love how my character looks and plays, but I'm on a dead server. My guild is not doing anything. I want to raid. I could stay here, or I could go someplace else, and I could become Alliance and I can raid. But the one thing that I think is missing here in the email is, like, I would say probably at least 85% of the people who are if it's convert to raid, which I think it might be, the 85% of people who are in convert to raid either transferred servers or transferred factions or both. They paid money to come over there to get this social experience of this guild, the raiding experience, the interaction experience, the team up stuff. So it doesn't come lightly. It doesn't come lightly to make this decision unless you went in and you rolled a character and you built them up to 90, or you boosted your character or whatever it was. So the strange thing about this that I find a little fascinating is that even after you paid money, which is not something that most people think, just do, there's still this complaining part.
Yeah.
Now, when you transferred, when we did the switch, when we did the guild switch, was it like you paid money to do this, but you did this because your friends were going?
Exactly. Yeah. I paid for 2 characters to go.
You did.
Yeah. And I didn't stop complaining. It took me a while to stop complaining because I really liked being Alliance. But I mean, I was with my friends and we all went through the same thing together. Some enjoyed it more than others, but we all wanted to stick together. So that made it easier. But I mean, I was the same way. We got in this email though. I was, it would be cool if we were still Alliance.
That was all the time when I was there.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know how to stop it.
I don't think you can stop it. And what it is just letting people have their moment to vent. The problem comes is when people are like, well, what did you come over here for if you really hate the Alliance, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
That kind of makes it worse. Because people have their reasons for coming over. They left a place where there was no community, where there was no chance of raiding, where there was no 77,000 other people to play with. They wanted to be part of something. And so they want to continue to play the game and enjoy it, but they had to leave something behind to do it. So, I mean, unless they're being total jerks about it, you kind of got to let them have their moment to mourn. Mm-hmm. And then
because they made a choice.
Yeah, I mean, does it really bother you? I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, does it really bother you if somebody's saying, man, I wish I was still Horde, but I love this place? Mm-hmm. They're complimenting the guild. What would make this even better? They're saying this is great, but it would be even better if I could have all my old stuff back. So, yeah. I don't know. Don't get so worked up over it.
Yeah. And the thing is that you can't change it. It is going to be Alliance if you make the decision to come. You can say, okay, well, I wish that this guild was Alliance, but you can suggest that to us till the cows come home. It's not going to change.
Yeah.
Feasibly, we cannot do that because no matter what, if we made that decision, we would upset 10 times
82,000
more
people.
81,000 people, disappoint them because then they'd have to pay money in order to still play with the guild. And it would just be, no,
Blizzard
that
would
you
love
can't
it, though.
do that.
That's free money for Blizzard.
I know. Well, and I wish we could have calculated how much money we gave Blizzard with the faction and server transfers. We did.
Yeah. Hey, chat room, do 87,000 times 25. Or 55.
No, 55.
Yeah. 87,000 times 55. Let me know what we got, and we'll get that in about 3 minutes. So, all right.
So for our frustrated Taurens, I think, you just have to let people have their moments and be, if they want to be irritated at the fact that the guild is Alliance and not Horde, they made the choice to come, and there's nothing you can say to change their mind. So I look at that and I say, you're just kind of complaining for the sake of complaining. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Have a day. Have fun with it.
You ready?
So, yep, there it is. They're popping in.
$4,785,000.
You're welcome, Blizzard.
Yeah. Wow. From one guild.
See, you might be exaggerating just a little bit.
Right. I know. It's 92. So.
So it's an interesting discussion, though. I'm curious to see what you guys feel about your connection to your faction. If it's something that's really, really sentimental, or why are you laughing?
I'm reading Spencer's what he wrote in the chat room, and I have this voice in my head. It's not 82,000.
You might be exaggerating just a little bit.
I don't know. Join CTR. Find out for yourself.
I know. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Mm-hmm. So, please don't kill me.
I won't kill you.
Yeah, Torrance, my advice here, I mean, just go with it, man. Let people have their moment to remember what fun they had and enjoy what they have now. And just take a deep breath and be like, whatever, I got stuff I'm doing. I got to go farm. Or whatever it is.
You know what? The guild's awesome.
Game.
I enjoy it. So, if you're in the guild and you're enjoying your time, then just enjoy your time.
If these people are ruining your experience, if they're actively going out of their way to make you feel bad about being who you are, talk to Jules or any other member of the team. But talk to Jules, and she will fix the problems for you. Every single one of them.
I can't fix the fact that we're not Horde. Sorry.
Oh, well, I don't think Torrance wants to be Horde.
And just to put it out there, because I know this question is going to come up and it's mentioned in this email, the reason why we have not created an alliance guild of the same name is because we can't. Number one, you can't have it on Airy Peak because we've got 11 characters. They're all in guilds. Hello. That's number one. Number two, I'm not doing it on a second server because I don't have the time. We don't have the time to create all of the infrastructure that it takes to run this guild. Officers, greeters, event planners, raid leaders, all of those things, and be able to manage that with the people we have. So
you know what I love? And I've seen them do this for AIE too. But somebody writes in, and I'm not making fun. All right. I'm not. I know it sounds like I'm making fun, but I'm really not. I think it's adorable. Someone says, do you ever think you could start one up on the EU servers too? Like you have nothing better to do with your time, but start one up on the EU, get a second subscription on the EU servers and start something up. No, leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that it's frustrating. I know that we can't be everything to everybody, but it is like, it's just in time and management for something that is supposed to be fun is literally impossible to manage. And to do it the same, because you wouldn't be able to have, even if we started something up on the EU, we wouldn't have the guys from CTR there. We wouldn't have the officers from CTR there. It's just it's not the same thing.
No.
It's not.
No.
So I'm sorry that that's the case, but it is what it is. Unless we have 22 characters on every server, which I don't want. It's too many characters.
Oh my God. I don't know how you do it.
I know. So anyway. There you go. Thanks for the question, Torrance. And, send us your discussion topics if you guys would like. It's questions@taurentthinktank.com. We take them, we read them, we talk about them. They're fun.
So, Jules.
Ram.
Oh, boy, I don't know where to go with this one.
Okay, I'm going to wait for you to just take it.
Take it. We were talking earlier about getting a second computer.
Yeah, you did.
Right? And I think it would be great if I had a second one to play games on and put up in the corner in my upstairs, so I would always be with the family and around and not hiding away in my man cave. And if I were to do such a thing, I think the perfect type of system to get would be a doghouse system. Well,
of course there is. I mean, there's no other choice because a doghouse system is going to be what you need to do that gaming. And then that laptop of yours, the laptop, the one you can move around but don't choose to.
Yes.
Could stay where it is. And you wouldn't feel guilty about it.
I could get a doghouse systems laptop too because they make them. I know. I took the easy way out on this one, Jules. I
You
know,
really
sorry,
did.
but-
That's
but
just lame.
What are you going to do? I'm tired. 6.5 hours of driving today. Leave me alone. But yes.
Doghouse is not lame, though.
No,
they are not
totally.
at all.
Not at all. Because you know why they're not lame?
They're not. Why?
Because you can get a custom panel on that doghouse. Are you kidding me? You can get your favorite podcast, Tauren Think Tank, on the side of your doghouse systems to commemorate how great they and us and you are. Because how great would you feel if you're playing on a Tauren Think Tank themed doghouse system? Imagine if they were able to put horns on the monitor. My God.
Whoa.
Holy
You put
crap.
horns on my monitor.
Well, you know what? Kane, get on that.
No, I don't think I need torn horns on my monitor because, have you
No,
seen
'cause
my
you just
Twitter
put a
feed
cat up.
lately? Cats in front of my monitor all the time.
Let's call this Feline Think Tank. Damn it, Jules. Guys, go to doghousesystems.com. New games are coming left and right. Warlords is coming in December, maybe. And you need, you need the best that you can get because you want to see these beautiful, awesome new places and glorious. I like when I say glorious death. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. Doghousesystems.com. Order your system, whatever it may be, the best, the one that suits you. Enter TTT at checkout, and you will get double the memory on that brand new gaming system. Jules,
Rem,
first of all, thank you, Doghouse Systems, for your support. Jules, let's do some think tank.
let's do it.
All right. No, that's the one.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
And now, the think tank. All
And
right.
you get to read the update.
Oh, we have an update of the
We have an
week. Yeah, see, I'm too busy because I have to edit tonight. I have to write down times. Jules, like, that's how we do it. I'm a professional.
You're so lazy, but you got to stay in the basement so you can edit tonight.
Make the spider do it. Hi, guys. Thanks for addressing my question on the show. You gave me a lot to think about. I think I am so afraid of disappointing people that I cannot say no. If I do say no, I feel so bad about it that I cannot enjoy just partaking anymore. Getting obsessive about the next thing is often a way to avoid thinking about the previous passion. Maybe it's a lack of self-confidence. Maybe I feel that what I want is less important than what they want. Maybe I can't ask for help because their time is more important than my problem. Something I need to work on, I suppose. Thanks again, Ed.
So this is from our question from last week where we're talking about with Ed's question. He gets really involved in something, gets kind of obsessive about it, and then it starts to wane. His interest wanes pretty quickly when he's asked to step into a role with more responsibility. He says yes, and then it just winds up going in the pooper.
You know, reading this, a lot of this kind of sounds familiar to me.
Yeah?
I don't want to disappoint anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't like saying no. I put up with a lot of crap that I shouldn't because I don't want people to be unhappy.
Yep.
A lot of times I feel like what I need is less important than what others need.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe I don't think very highly of myself in my real life very much. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So Ed, here you go, Ed. Let's reevaluate what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in therapy for a few months.
Mm-hmm. And you're still going.
I'm still going.
Yep.
And I enjoy it. And it's allowed me to talk about things that perhaps I wouldn't talk about with anybody else. Somebody who I know is not going to judge me. And I can kind of work on these problems, ask why I don't want myself to be as happy as I should be.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. So if this is something that's actually affecting your real life outside of gaming, maybe that's something to consider.
I think that's a great point because his in the second sentence or second paragraph where he says getting obsessive about the next thing is often a way to avoid thinking about the previous passion. And that is a really telling thing because it's showing that he's running from the problem. The easiest way is to forget what happened is to focus your energy on the new thing, the new hotness.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally understand that. I know what it feels like to basically just say, well, I'm not going to deal with that problem right now. I'm just going to go move on to something else. I've done it. You've done it. Everybody who is listening to the show has done it at some point. It's a matter of how often you do it. It's a matter of how often you are resistant to the problems that are actually there and to really just say, this is the time where I'm going to face it. And that's I think Ed is being very self-aware in a lot of the things that he writes to us. First question and then this response. Maybe it's a lack of self-confidence. Maybe I feel what I want is less important than what they want. Maybe I can't ask for help because their time is more important than my problem. There's a lot of stuff there that you could certainly explore with some professional help. And I think that would be great.
Yeah. My experience with the therapist has been totally positive. A little weird at first because I felt like all I was doing was complaining. But I found all that complaining to be therapeutic in a way, to be able to just to get it out and then start to explore the deeper causes and issues underneath all that. So,
did you ever think that the complaining was actually probably the first time that you've actually said some of these things out loud?
Yeah.
That you know, by complaining about it, you've actually acknowledged its existence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's kind of mind-blowing when that happens.
It is. You know, some days I go in there and I don't think I have anything to talk about, and it just turns into a whole, you know, hour of me just going on and on about something and kind of exploring something I didn't even think I'd get to. Yeah, so it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm glad that you're staying with it and that it's been doing well for you, and I hope that it continues to do the same. And for Ed, you know, keep exploring a little bit. And some of the stuff that you reveal to yourself as you're going through may be a little scary and a little like, oh my gosh, what is happening to me? What is wrong with me? But as you start to acknowledge it and recognize it, you'll be aware of it as it happens again.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot easier to deal with the next time it comes around.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Great job, Ed.
Ed, thanks for writing in and thanks for your feedback. Or your whatever it is. Feedback.
And the follow-up,
update.
yeah.
The update.
follow-up.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Are you
Bad,
ready for
Ed.
question 1?
Yes, please.
Get your shovel. We're digging in far on this one.
Oh,
This is going to be
gosh.
fun.
Oh, no.
Dear Triple T, semi-recently, while I was not looking for it, I met someone. We were taking things very slow and getting to know each other before we decided to get into a relationship. Well, that didn't happen. We stumbled upon the religion topic one night, and that was pretty much the end of that. She is very much a Christian, whereas I, well, am not. I would consider myself agnostic most days. Personally, I believe people can believe in whatever they want. If you want to believe in a higher power, that's fine. If you want to believe in the flying spaghetti monster, more power to you. As for me, I believe that if someone is a good person, they don't need a religion to say so for them. A good person is a good person. I've met many people from all walks of life. In fact, one of the kindest people I've ever met was a Satanist, not a devil worshiper. Now for a bit of backstory as to why I'm writing in. This girl is not the first Christian to cite religion as the reason she can't or won't date someone like me. Everyone seems to be fine until I give my religious beliefs or lack of. Once I do, I get, yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker to me. I've dated my share of women. I've dated my share of women. It's been my experience that any woman that claims to be Christian just won't budge on the whole dating outside their religion thing. That's not to say that they haven't been mostly nice people or anything like that. Only when it comes to dating, they seem to believe what I believe what I believe, or go away. One woman I dated a while back even made fun of Scientology for the same reason. They don't tend to date outside their own religion. Having never put much emphasis into religion, I do not understand how it can dictate so much that they can go from, I like this person, to they don't believe the exact same thing I do, so we just can't possibly ever work out in the long run. Any enlightenment would be appreciated. Thanks from Anon E. Moos.
Well, Mr. Moose, thank you for writing in.
All right, let's do this. So this may have to, I don't know how you feel about discussing your own personal side of this when it comes to religion or not. I'm comfortable with it, but I just want to ask
I think
you.
I think before we get into this, we should kind of, if you're comfortable with it, kind of give our views of religion.
Okay.
Well,
I think that's perfect.
okay.
I have no problem doing that. And just so that you guys understand, this is our own personal beliefs, and it has nothing to do with what what you guys believe in. It's just our own personal beliefs.
I was raised Roman Catholic. I did all the stuff getting into it, all those sacraments and all that stuff. It was in high school that I started to believe that I didn't believe in anything, and I came to this discovery that I am actually what you would call an atheist now. I do not believe in religion. I don't judge anybody who does. That's your own thing. If you want to believe in your religion, that's cool. I won't. It doesn't bother me one bit. I just have no beliefs in just about anything. I kind of just go day by day on my own.
And I was raised Jewish. I was the product of a Jewish father and Catholic mother. My mother converted to Judaism when I was about 7 or 8 years old. So my mom's side of the family is all Catholic. Dad's side of the family is all had both Christmas and Hanukkah. So we had all of that going on. I stopped participating in any religious things probably after I was bat mitzvahed when I was 13. And then I fully kind of dropped out of it once I left high school, and my father didn't make me go to synagogue anymore. I believe that I believe in spirituality. I believe in that there are good people and that people follow the rules of being a good person. I have some challenges with religions that tell you that this is the only way that you have to believe, or you will go to hell, or you will be murdered, or you will be tortured for the rest of your life. That's my own personal belief. So that's where I am right now. We don't raise my stepdaughter in any religious fashion. She doesn't go to church with us. She goes to church with her mother's side of the family.
I forgot to mention I read 2 books by the Dalai Lama. I loved both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of Buddhist principles I kind of keep in my life, but I don't consider myself anywhere near a Buddhist. But taught me a lot about patience and trying to change things you can't change. A lot of Buddhism stuff makes sense. But yes, I don't practice anything, and I don't really believe in anything either. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's our side of, so you know where we're coming from. So when it comes to a situation where you're a guy dating a girl or a girl dating a guy who has a religious background that is something that is very important to them, what I found, I think what happens, especially for this kind of thing, is that when someone is looking for a romantic partner, they're considering them on all levels, but they're also considering what it will be like if they decided to get married and have a family with them. And that is always a big question for people of religion, is how will we raise our children? How will we choose to teach our children? I think that happens a lot of people because they're looking at a religion is about keeping the religion beliefs going. And so that is, especially the Catholic Church, I think you can speak to this pretty strongly. They're going to look at you raising your children and bringing them into the church and being a part of the church and teaching them the ways of the church. And that's what people are looking for, especially in this situation. For someone like you and me, who are just kind of like, we don't have a strong religious belief of any kind, it's looking for someone who has that same similarity, the beliefs that I do. I don't want someone who is really, really heavily religious because I'm not going to agree with them on a lot of fronts.
Yeah. Getting the kids thing, it's like, I want my kids to be old enough to make their own decisions when it comes to religion. I don't want to make that decision for them. Like, I felt like I had all the decisions made for me growing up.
Yes.
I had to go to Sunday school. I had to have the first communion. I had to do these things because they were things you were supposed to do.
Right.
And I was never given a choice. So, well, what if I don't want to? Well, you have to. It's what everybody expects you to do. And it never even got into, this is what God wants you to do. It was this is what the family wants you to do.
Yes.
And then getting all this stuff about dogma, things you have to believe no matter what. And it's like, are you kidding me? I'm a human being. I have my own free will that your God apparently gave to me. I can believe what I want. Now you're telling me I have to believe things? So a lot of things just didn't make sense. So, like, when it comes to my kids, we're at the age now where we got to start thinking about religion. And I don't want to, because I don't want to confuse them. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to grow up the way I did, feeling like they had to do certain things. I want them to be able to make that choice on their own. And and if I'm wrong and religion is right, they should be able to make that choice whenever, because God will be waiting for them anytime, right?
Right.
Okay. Now getting to the whole relationship thing, I mean, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Why are you picking these people who have opposite religious beliefs than you do? Or you just don't know ahead of time? Is this, I mean, you're not on like a Christian dating site looking for Christian women to pick up, then surprised that they don't really, follow the same beliefs you do, right? I mean, he can't. Mr. Moose can't obviously answer us. Um, it's a tough thing. You know, you got to break. Religion's a weird thing. And how it separates people.
Yeah.
When religion's all about unity and bringing people together, it separates everybody, and it's ridiculous.
Well, and you know what? Like I said, everybody's religion is respected here. You know, I'm not going to say I have my own beliefs. If you believe something different than me, I'm going to say go do your thing. But when it comes to a dating situation, you're looking for what it is looking at that person's core values and if they are the same as your own. So if you were like my parents, which was my mom, who was Catholic, and my dad, who was Jewish, my grandmother didn't want my mother dating my father because he was a Jewish man. And as it turns out, and you know, how many years later, almost 45 years later, my grandmother, I think, likes my dad more than she even likes my mom. But that was what it was about at that time. And as things have changed and our generation has come in, and then we are now responsible for raising the next generation, religion has played different roles for different people. But if he's continuing to meet people who are just like, if you don't subscribe to my religious beliefs, or ascribe to my religious beliefs, then I can't date you because it's a deal breaker. That is a core set of values for that person. That is something very strong. And I'm surprised that they're not going out to a J date or a Christian mingle or something like that to find someone with that type of core value like them.
Yeah. Getting to how it dictates. I mean, like, it's weird because you go from you meet somebody and you have a whole bunch of stuff in common. You like the same music, you like the same places, the same food. Then all of a sudden you say, well, I don't believe in God. And they say, well, I'm a Roman Catholic. I can't see you anymore. You know, how does that happen? It gets back to just not knowing any different and not being allowed to think different or not wanting to think different. Right.
Yeah. And that is the tough part is when, and I think what is frustrating our writer is that he's looking at it from that specific perspective. I like you. I'm attracted to you. We have the same interests. We get along great. But all of a sudden, because I am not your religion, then I can't see you anymore. And it's a frustrating thing to be told because we don't share the same God or the God figure, that all of that other stuff doesn't matter. Because I think that in this generation, a lot of people are still dating. I think now dating is more about attraction and love and compatibility. You know, that kind of thing versus, and that the idea of someone making a decision based on religion is almost outdated.
Yeah. It's a different world we live in now where, like, I don't see this as much as like I did. Cripes. I went to a Catholic high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like there was a couple of Jewish kids in the Catholic high school and they were like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, seriously, that's rough.
Yeah. But that I don't think that's really the case. I think the world has opened up a lot more, especially with the internet, social media, and everything. I don't know if religion is as important to people, especially young people these days. I don't know. I haven't really asked anybody. It's just I haven't met anybody in a really long time who stopped talking to me because I didn't believe in God. Right.
Well, but it's also about who you associate. You know, you live on the Upper East Coast.
Yeah.
You don't live in the South.
That's
you don't
true.
live in areas that are heavily religious.
Yeah.
And for all we know, our writer could be living someplace where religion is a core value for more people. You know, it's a very different in different parts of the country. Out where you live, out where I live, you know, there are very few Jewish people that live in Wisconsin. There are a lot more that lived in New Jersey where I was growing up. But out here, it's very rare to find someone who was raised Jewish or is Jewish. It's just the part, you know, it's just the way it is. It's very Catholic out here. And it's an interesting thing to look at the dynamic of the side of the country that you live on. And then what the people, their attitude overall is. I just want to help our writer understand that it's not, you may be running into this when you're trying to find a potential mate, but this is the best way to weed out the people that you're not supposed to spend the rest of your life with.
That's true. That's a good point.
I mean, you're going to go through a lot of false starts before you make it to the finish line, and you want to make sure that you find the person who isn't going to make the religion thing that is not important to you a bigger issue. And but it's hard to be that guy where you're just like, hey, everything's awesome and we're great, and then all of a sudden it's like,
I guess at least you're finding out early.
Yeah.
I hope it's early anyways. I mean, you're not getting you're not getting engaged and wondering where you're going to get married. And then finding out that your religious beliefs don't really match up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I faked it the whole way through.
Did you?
Because, you had to get married in a church, right? You had to have your kids baptized. Yep. So I sat there, I looked at that priest right in the eyes and said, yep, I believe everything you're telling me.
And you didn't believe a thing. Not
a thing. And there's so many times I wanted just to sit and argue with them, but I didn't because I faked it. I faked it for the good of what I thought would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's what was wanted at the time. And I wasn't. This kind of goes back to the other thing we were talking about, putting my own happiness aside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, so you can fake it. But don't fake it. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like Jules said, this is a good way of weeding out the people who you're not supposed to be with. There you go.
I'm gonna turn this a different way too.
Oh no.
Yeah. For our writer Anonymous, if you feel that someone else's belief in religion is not a good fit for you, but they believe that someone is not right, or for they should be believing in this specific religion, I would say that both of you need to live and let live. That they're both sides have their points. I may not agree with someone who is going to say to you, because you are not Catholic, I don't want to date you anymore. I may not believe that, but there are a lot of people out there that do. And there is someone for that person and that person to date, and there is someone for you, but both sides have to be willing to agree that you're not going to agree, and that you have to have tolerance for both sides. My problem is when there's intolerance, and I don't think your email is being intolerant. It's just that the part is just, I don't understand how this even happens, but it does happen. And it is something that is important to people. It's something that they based their entire existence upon, and therefore that their partner in life needs to have the same beliefs. So you have to respect that. And you have to say, you know what, that's cool. We're not good for each other in that respect. And let's go ahead and move on.
Mm-hmm. I like what you said about tolerance.
Well, that is my problem with religion, is when it becomes intolerance, then I have a major problem with it.
Yeah.
And I don't, I may not agree with your religion, but you should at least accept the fact that I don't. And I'm going to accept the fact that you have a religion that you believe in, and it's something that shapes your life. And I'm going to say, go and do what your thing. But I will not stand for someone who's going to tell me that I'm wrong because I don't believe in their God.
Tolerance is accepting intolerance. Right?
Well, no, not really. Because if you're not if you don't want to accept someone, if they're being intolerant, I'm going to say, well, you can go be intolerant and I'm not going to talk to you. You're not going to be in my life. Is what I'm saying.
I didn't mean accepting, like having them in your life. I meant allowing them to be intolerant.
Yeah.
Even though it's not right, it's a weird thing, intolerance, because, tolerating than being intolerant. Okay, I don't want to get into it now.
No, it's really, when you think about the situations in the Middle East and all the things that happen based on religious decisions and intolerance and death and destruction and famine and just all the things that happen based on religion, it makes me want to scream.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's intolerance. It's like, this is what I believe, and no one else can believe anything else because this is the only way.
Yeah.
And I will die for my religion before I will let someone tell me that I'm wrong. And that's a whole different can of worms. Thank goodness this isn't the situation here, but it is something to say our relationship is not going to go any further because you don't believe the same things that I believe. But I do think that every good relationship should have a core of that. It's just unfortunate that it comes to a point where it's like you've got attraction and you've got similar interests and things are going great and you're enjoying each other's time, but the relationship stops because you're not Catholic or you're not Jewish or you're not Christian or you're not whatever the person is that they're saying, I need this in my life and my partner needs to be the same.
Yeah. That is unfortunate. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think there is one because you can't change people's beliefs.
No. And the same thing happens, you could, if you want to stretch this, you could look at this to say that gamers and geeks and nerds and people who like sports and all the things that people have interest in could be extended to this. Religion just happens to be a hot button topic. Just happens to be a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got someone who makes fun of you or doesn't say, oh, you know what, you're sitting there playing your video game for 5 hours on the Saturday, I don't like you.
I'm going to go play fantasy football.
I know.
Yeah.
So, it's just a matter of perspective. But when you're looking at someone who's going to be a potential life partner and you have a list of things that you feel are important, this is something that is important to you, that you want a nice Jewish girl to bring home to your mom, then that's what you got to do. That's because you've chosen this as your life partner.
Right.
So there you go. Someone else may not say that it's a perfect thing for you, but that's what you want. So there you go. But good luck in dating.
Yes. Good luck.
Dating sucks.
Dating could be fun, but going through all this stuff is no fun. But it's the exploratory phase, right?
It is, and it's like the biggest job interview of your life. Mm-hmm. Finding that potential partner, but it can be super fun. It should be super fun to find that person that just gets you.
Yeah. Sometimes you might find that golden ray of sunshine, who just you have differences with, but you can talk with them and talk about your differences and explore each other's differences and come to some sort of weird understanding and agreement. And things that seem so confusing are suddenly not confusing anymore. You just find that perfect person. So good luck.
Yes, definitely good luck. And thank you for the question. This was a good one.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys have questions for us, of course, it is questions@taurenThinkTank.com. We love your questions. So go ahead, send them to us. The mailbox is always open. But now, Jules, we should do some Tell Us One Thing.
Yes.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
Hit it.
Hit it. All right. The first one from Branimal CTR. If WoW had a hardcore mode like Diablo, not active in instances that offered better loot and permadeath, would you play it? No.
No, I don't want to play hardcore WoW.
No. Because, there's people that do that. They do like the Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
Where you're only leveling up with anything like whites and below, and if you die, then you delete the character. No.
Yeah, I have no interest in that at all. I like having second lives and third lives and fourth lives. I don't want to start over.
I know. It would just be, and it's not active in instances, of course. You could go raid, die, but if you were out there and all of a sudden your computer locks up and you're stuck in the middle of a bunch of lions that are chewing on your leg, and you just and you die. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, that's not cool.
No, not at all. So no, thank you, Ranimal.
No, that's crazy talk.
Yeah. From Memeth, you need to torture someone. Your weapon of choice, a TV show. Which show gets your informant to talk faster?
I got one.
All right.
From today. That frickin' show on Nickelodeon called Sam and Cat.
What's that?
Oh my God. So Nickelodeon is like the Disney Channel where it has all of these crazy, preteen sitcoms thing. And so my stepdaughter is in love with this show called Sam and Cat. And thank God that this show got canceled. They showed the last one. Mm-hmm. And, but they have this girl on there who talks like this. I don't know if I'm supposed to go over there. I don't know. And that's all you hear.
Oh my God.
She whines through the whole thing. She's dumb. She's, ditzy. Oh my God. So you want to torture somebody and make them talk? Make them watch Sam and Cat for 10 minutes.
Huh.
They'll talk in 5.
All right. Okay. Oh, boy, I wish I knew the name of the show. My God. There's this show on Home and Garden where it's this husband and wife and they flip houses.
Yes, that's Love It or List It.
Nope.
No,
Nope, not
oh,
that
the
one.
Flip House one. Okay.
Yeah, the flip house where the guy is kind of a douche. He wears flip flops and jeans and stuff.
Is he like really Italian?
He looks kind of Italian, and he kind of he thinks he knows everything about flipping houses, and then
And
he gets
his
pissed
wife
off.
is like bombshell blonde kind of thing.
Yes, you know
I
what I'm
know
talking
this
about?
show. Yes.
This show is
I don't-
absolute torture. I hate this show because it's so fake, and this guy is such a jerk, and he's trying to flip these houses and make these deals and make himself so smart, and he's not. He's just a big stupid jerk.
Oh crap! I don't know the name of this, but yes, I've seen this. They had the one episode that I saw of this. They had the guy, his assistant. They were gonna make him like do the whole house flip and make him do the budget, and he was such a jerk
Yeah.
to the guy, and he was trying really hard. He's like, "You didn't think of this. You were just stupid. What do you think you're gonna do? Try and do this for $10,000? You know, that kind of thing." Oh, I don't know the name of it, but you guys will probably know. Chat room.
Oh, I wish I knew the name. That show drives me crazy. Or The Bachelor.
Or The Bachelor. I know The Bachelor. Oh my God. I have never seen an episode, nor will I ever.
You'll tear your eyes out.
Oh.
Terrible.
From Shard 1636. So if you meet your significant other in WoW, do you think a WoW themed wedding is going too far?
I don't know, Jules. How was our wedding?
Excuse me?
Cat's out of the bag, you guys. Remember early on people thought we were a couple?
Yes.
Um,
That's my brother. Ew.
so this is a weird one because on the surface I say no. I don't think a WoW themed wedding is going too far at all. You do what you like and what you enjoy. But then there's the whole thing of reality. And you and your significant other may play WoW and nobody else in your family will play WoW and they won't know what the hell's going on and nobody would be around to appreciate it. I don't want to say no. I don't want to say it's going too far, but I kind of want to say it's going too far.
Well, I've been to a WoW themed wedding and,
Yeah.
I've been to one. And it wasn't, serious costume things. But they played music from the game as part of the wedding itself. And then they had stuff in the reception, because they met in WoW. So that made sense. So they used the music for their processional and when the bride came out, when they left. So I don't think it's going too far as long, the thing that I find funny though, is that when you do this and you're like, yeah, World of Warcraft is our life. And this is something that we've made. It's very special. And then all of the older relatives come and go, what is this?
Yeah, that's where I get caught up is like everybody who doesn't play WoW and doesn't understand what all the what anything means. Like it's kind of lost on them. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, your wedding is for you and your bride or groom.
Your wedding is not for you.
It's not. It's for everybody else who's coming and giving you gifts.
Yes, it is. But that's the thing is like you could still say I want everything to be World of Warcraft and we're dressed up like a night elf and an orc, and then everybody goes, I went to this wedding.
Yeah.
Where they were like weird stuff going on.
People are going to talk about it. They're going to feel uncomfortable. So unless you're having a small gathering for people you play WoW with, maybe it is going too far. Maybe, I mean, you don't want to make people uncomfortable at your wedding. You want them to have a good time.
Well, and then there's the people who are like Halloween weddings and make everybody dress up to go to the wedding.
That's annoying. Okay,
See?
I'm putting my foot down. That's annoying. Themed weddings are dumb. Sorry. I'm sorry to say it. That's my opinion. It does not reflect Tauren Think Tank or anybody else. That's just my opinion. You just have a wedding, have a good time, get a good DJ, good food. Everybody has a party. You gets drunk and drive safe, and then we have fun, and you get money and gifts. Let's keep it easy. Do the complicated stuff for your friends who get it.
You need to do an HGTV show about Rem's weddings.
Yeah. my non-WoW wedding. That's terrible.
Hulhauser is trolling me. He's saying, if I get married again, I'm going to have a salmon cat themed wedding. Jerk.
Perfect.
I want to hear him talk like Cat. There you go.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right. From the Ashanka. If you could go back to college, don't bother with expenses, what would you study?
I would study broadcast journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd make a focus on audio studies and audio mixing and all that stuff, so I could learn all of that type of thing. And then that would be either that or I'd go back to school for psychology.
I'd go into drama.
Drama?
Yeah. Be an actor. I don't know.
I don't know.
Drama, production of some sort, video or audio. That'd be cool. I'd love to learn how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would do that. I took a drama class when I was in college, and because I had a liberal arts college, so you had to take all of these different subjects. You had to everything. It's like philosophy and religion and languages, and so drama was one of my arts that I took, because the other one that I had, I was in the choir the whole time. And so the drama teacher, she actually had a couple bit parts, and one of them was an extra in the movie Inner Space. Remember the movie Inner Space? Did you see this one?
I've
Dennis
heard of it.
Quaid.
Is that the one with the Martian guy?
No, it's the guy. It's Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan and Martin Short, and it's this scientist who shrinks himself down in this, like, he shrinks himself down the size of like an atom in this little spaceship to go and try to investigate internal organs of like animals, but he winds up getting injected into a guy.
Uh-oh.
And so he so there's this guy inside of a guy, and it's really goofy and silly and dumb. It's gross.
Yeah, I'd probably actually go to law school and be a lawyer like Huel. We could start a practice together.
I could see you in law school. That would be really funny.
I'd be such a jerk.
And now that we have diverted completely from Jamplander, summer is ice cream time. What is the best 3 flavors combo?
You can't do 3 flavors, Jamplander. That's getting
Yes, you
greedy.
can.
No, you can't. That's way too many for anybody to process in their brain. The best combo, and it's only 2, is chocolate and vanilla.
Oh, gosh. They're so boring.
Oh, come on. No, together, they're so exciting.
You're so boring.
No. You can't beat the perfection that is chocolate and vanilla.
Well, you can add something in.
Like
not
what?
Like
What are you going to add to it that's going to make that better?
peanut butter.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be chocolate, ice cream,
Yeah.
peanut butter,
Mhm.
and peanut butter cups.
I don't know, Jules. That's might be a
Chocolate,
little too
peanut
much
butter,
peanut
and
butter.
peanut butter chocolate. Come on!
It's a lot of peanut butter. You got to balance that out with something.
Screw that noise. Peanut butter all the way.
Is this going on with that never-ending pit of ice cream that you invented a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so chocolate, vanilla, and peanut butter have been decided as the 3 greatest combo flavors ever.
I'll take that.
Okay. From Mr. Pancake, if Prince Anduin and young Arthas got in a fight, who would win and why?
Oh, God. Young Arthas with
Yeah, please.
now question. Please.
Come on. Anduin's a wimp. He got crushed by a bell. Who gets crushed by a bell?
Did you did you read War Crimes yet?
No.
Okay. So I read War Crimes,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to spoil anything, guys. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Just go ahead. I like spoilers.
But Anduin, Anduin, of course, is like the shining, beacon of light and goodness. But he's such a wuss again. He's like and it's like, I've gotten duped again. It's like this whole thing of like, I trust too much and therefore I am taken advantage of. And that's exactly what happened to him. And so Arthas would be like, screw that, son. And
Arthas would be like, I'm
No.
pissed off. Bah! I can't control my anger.
no. Arthas is a loose cannon and Anduin is way, way, way too high strung.
Yeah.
Navox just said Anduin versus Oxygen. Oxygen wins.
Mhm. Varian's got to be so ashamed.
That's too fun. I mean, and Varian actually, you watch him in the book, and in I just did the whole like opening storyline where the Alliance invades or sets up their camp in Pandaria. And, he's talking about my son. I need to learn more from him because he is the voice of reason. And it's like, well, for you,
God.
he is.
Yeah.
You loose cannon
I
crazy.
am Varian, but I'm also Logosh.
So, yeah. So there is no question Arthas kicks ass.
You know what? I don't miss the Alliance anymore. Screw it. Bunch of wimpy leaders.
Okay. From Haster, if you were a dungeon or raid boss besides Jules Bot, what would your signature mechanic be? I think we've talked about this, but I've said in the past that my laugh would be my signature mechanic, and that's how Jules Bot got born.
I'd be annoying.
How? What would the boss do?
I don't know. It'd have to depend on the day and what I was feeling, what I was drinking, how annoying I wanted to get. I don't know. Just annoy you to death.
I got it.
Okay.
Your boss would run up with a microphone and a windscreen and go burr, 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 burr.
They say, shut up. And then, they shut up.
Oh,
Ah, screw it. I'm out of here.
forget this boss. We don't need this loot this
What
bad.
a jerk. I'm leaving. I'd be the boss everybody skips.
You would be the boss. Everybody skips is like, screw that guy. I can't stand him. We can keep his loot.
That fight is so annoying. Forget it. I'm out of here. We don't even need that golden shield of sunshine.
It's
F
like
that.
the best in slot. Screw that.
Not even. Nope. Those frost badges. Nope. Not even. I'm out.
Force badges. My goodness.
Remember those?
Old school. Vol'jin just had it. Chief Vol'jin. Rem's boss would run around asking something.
Oh, should we kiss or something?
And mine would literally be the Fel Reaver sound over and I'm sorry. No, I since I'll have to change the laugh thing since we've already done it with Jules Spot, I would throw cats at you.
Oh, crazy cat lady.
Crazy cat lady would throw cats at you and it'd be like, meow.
Yeah, cut a deal with 20th Century Fox and Matt Groening and The Simpsons,
Yeah.
and just animate you as a crazy cat lady throwing
Yeah.
cats, just from The Simpsons. Oh man, it'd be perfect.
And then the cats would land on your helm, rip it in half if you didn't kill it fast enough, and all your armor would break because the cats took it out.
Right? Get cat scratch fever.
Cat scratch fever. We could do this all night.
I know.
It's awesome.
I had cat scratch fever as a little boy.
Really?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
What is it?
I had a lump growing under my armpit. My mom thought I had cancer. It was terrible. She was really scared. Yeah. And she never told me. She didn't want to scare me. But I had this lump underneath my arm. And they discovered it was from getting a scratch from a cat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get seriously infected from cat scratches
Yeah.
and cat bites too.
Yeah. The cats are horrible.
No, they're okay.
They're okay.
Says the sweet little sleeping kitty under the desk that's staring at me right now.
Only
He's
on
like, I'm not
days.
horrible. He's so cute.
From Mama Youngworth, if you had to choose in real life, bard, warrior, mage, or rogue?
Bard.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I'd walk around singing at things all the time, and then I would be like the cat bard. There'd be a cat on my shoulder, and my harp would be made of whisker strings.
Oh my God, those don't even sound good.
You could make them sound good.
Those are short strings, Jules. How many cats did you have to kill to get whisker strings?
They give me their whiskers because I
they're
sang so
magic.
pretty.
Oh my God, you're terrible. You're killing cats for whisker strings.
I did. Oh,
What's your pelt made out of? Cat fur?
No, rem fur.
Oh. And I have fur now. Stupid Horde. You know what would make this better? If we played Alliance.
Okay, and the scene.
Yeah. I would be a rogue because, wearing leather, I'd look hot.
You'd be hot.
Yeah.
You're walking around going, God damn it, the chafing. Ow!
Give me the talc powder. Come on, I got to dump that stuff down my shirt.
In your
talc,
pants.
Talc donuts. Oh, it's gross.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
You took it way too
oh, I
far.
did. Why don't I just stop? See, that's why I'm a horrible boss.
You really are.
Oh, gross.
Talc donuts. Okay, from Alba Mage, you wake up to find yourself in a post-apocalyptic world. Which TV or movie version would you want it to be?
Oh boy.
Post-apocalyptic world. Dude, I have a hard time with these.
I'm gonna go with I Am Legend because the zombies only come out at night.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that movie.
With Will Smith
Mm-mm.
and his dog.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd go with that one because at least you have the daytime to do what you want.
Let's see. I think I would choose. So I guess you could consider this to be post-apocalyptic. The movie Avatar.
Yeah.
Because they have to leave the planet because they've destroyed it, and they're trying to get. They've just depleted all the supplies, so they go to the planet. That they go to. I can't remember the name now.
What did the element they have to farm? What was it called? Amazing or something? Something stupid.
Oh gosh. I can't remember, but it is really the dumbest name in the world. Why can't I think? It's because it's the end of the night. And I'm
Until Transformers 4 when they came up with Transformium.
Shut up. They did not.
Oh, it's great.
They did not.
They even made fun of it in the movie. It was fantastic. Yeah.
Kratos got it. Unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Yeah, no. The chat room is our producer. They're the ones that get it all right. Guys, the thing that you're looking for is unobtainium.
No. Unobtainable in my head.
Oh man, that was a fun Tell Us One Thing.
Yeah.
Goofy.
All right.
We're gonna bring it back down a little bit.
Hold on.
What?
Tell Us One Thing Thursdays on Twitter, you guys, at Tauren Think Tank. Check it out. Watch that tweeter, and Jules will tweet it. What? Jules will do something. Just send us those things at Tauren Think Tank. Questions Tauren Think Tank. Facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. My God. All right. Now it's time for some feedback.
Feedback.
Skipping that, boss.
I keep forgetting you have a sounder like that. Which is really a sounder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're going to bring this back down a little bit. And we're going to do a long letter that will, just talk about some of the things that happened for our listeners. When this one came in this week, I just took a few moments just to reflect on how life can change on a dime. And I hope that you guys enjoy this one. Again, it's long, but here we go. Hi, Rim and Jules. This is a follow-up to an email I sent you way back in May of 2013, which was addressed on Triple T episode 54 at 1 hour and 2 minutes in and covered raid stress. What follows is both a horrific tragedy and, in the end, an endurance race towards an inevitable Triple T success story. This is a long one, but bear with me. A little over 2 months after I sent my mail, things were looking bleak. I had lost most of my core raiders, and the 3 that remained were now taking some time during the week to help a friend's guild in TOT. Reluctantly, I decided to assist them. The first few nights were stressful, but fun. It was good to get back to a weekly raiding schedule. Then on July 29th, I enjoyed my last peaceful day. On my way to bed, I noticed that my brother was watching an episode of Carl Sagan's Cosmos on his own, which I had introduced him to the previous weekend. I was overjoyed, and with that in my mind, I laid my head down and went to sleep. When I awoke the next morning, things were not right. I found myself paralyzed on the left-hand side of my body, unable to move or feel anything on that side. Unbeknownst to me, I had suffered a stroke while asleep that night. I was in shock and terrified. You do not ever want to wake up like this. I would wish this on no one. Over the next few months, I spent a lot of time in the hospital and then in rehab, both inpatient and outpatient. Slowly, with a lot of effort on my part, I regained some ability to limp and use my left arm and hand. In the time since, the feeling in my extremities has come back, though I still can't really feel the left side of my face and my cheek feels bloated. Walking is hard, but with all my effort, I'm able to make it look mostly normal at this point. I spend a little over a third of every day exercising or doing rehab on my own. As time goes by, I'm able to do more and more things, which is good, but rehab will be with me for the rest of my life. Exercise is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's required for life now. When it first happened, I pulled my brother aside and mumbled to him, "Tell the raid leader that I won't be there tonight." Well, even in distress, I still wanted my loot. I had priority problems. I did finally get back into game about 2 months after my stroke. By that time, my guildmates were raiding with my friend's guild on a weekly, mostly permanent basis. With a lot of effort, I decided to return to raiding. A few weeks later, after talking with my officers, we decided to cut to the chase and merged both guilds into one. Both sides were hurting for raiders, and both guilds had basically the same types of personalities and desires. Plus, I needed some time away from the hot seat so I could deal with lingering stroke symptoms. It was logical, and guess what? It worked. The merger went flawlessly. While I had previously been the main tank, I found myself in a DPS position. We were on fire, getting new bosses down in flex almost every week. It didn't take us long before we had gotten Garrosh down and were starting on normals. We really didn't have to transition many problems. We didn't have too many transition problems going into normal until Garrosh, that is. We spent the last 4 months working on him. I actually found myself in the top 2 DPS from week to week, which was awesome. We had a lot of problems on him. Eventually, after quad upgrading most everything, we realized we still didn't have the numbers due to a few lower geared players. Nervously, we dropped back to 2 heals and 1 tank. A few weeks later, on an absurdly calm Monday night, we pushed him into phase 3 again and finally sealed the deal. We won. While I'm overjoyed to finally have him down and seriously love my werewolf, I'm also sad. The fight took everything out of us. Everything. Within a few days, some of our raiders went on hiatus, taking a well-deserved break until Warlords of Draenor. Unfortunately, this means that we'll never again have the necessary people to put Garrosh on farm. We got our kill through pain and distress, but it's probably going to be the only one. So while I'm overjoyed to have been able to pull myself back up from my stroke, maintain my guildies through a successful merger, and then finally get the kill on what is probably the most demanding encounter in so many years, I'm also saddened at the brick wall effort of it. We continue to farm him on Flex every week with alts and pugs, but the normal ride is practically over. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss Deathwing. I loved the nerf that they had in place for Dragon Soul. It works so much better for us than the gear upgrade system has. I didn't have to rely on people capping out every week and upgrading the right pieces. It was frustrating at first, but when the nerfs really started stacking up, it became a fun run through normals for friends, family, and alts who hadn't gotten gear to the teeth. Maybe that's what Flex is for now. I don't know. It doesn't feel the same. Maybe it's the stroke talking. I miss Dragon Soul. Oh well. They weren't ever really able to determine the exact cause of my stroke, outside of the fact that it was genetic in origin. I was reasonably in good shape beforehand, so while my lifestyle wasn't perfect, it had little to do with my stroke. Anyway, I just thought I'd drop you guys a line and let you know through pain and effort, it all worked out. Thank you, Tauren Think Tank. A limp salute from Walls on Suramar.
I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, it's awesome that it sucks you had the stroke.
Yeah.
It's awesome you came back. It's awesome you got your kill on Garrosh, but then it sucks that everyone disappeared after that because it took so much out of you.
Yeah. This is a huge story. I know, and it was very lengthy, but I thought I'd keep it intact because it really has a very strong message that you never, ever know what life is going to bring you. And you never know what is important today if it will still be important tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Walls, we salute you back with a triple T Tauren horn.
Ooh.
And a lot of hugs, because I know that you've had to put up with a lot. And we thank you for sharing this update and thinking of us and to share this update. I'm sorry that your raid experience has kind of fallen back, but this is a pretty amazing story.
I miss Dragon Soul too.
I do not. I hated Dragon Soul.
I miss all of Cataclysm.
Yeah.
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 Well, I do. Yeah, I told you last week it's my favorite part of the game.
Even
Playing.
the Fireland stuff?
I love Firelands. Firelands was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that boss you had to steer his feet?
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Fantastic. That's good. So, Walls, you get a /moo. So do some other people.
They do. From Dance DJ 2K, /moo to CTR Copper and CTR Salad for keeping me entertained, being one of the few active teams during this very long doldrum.
From Wyatt Orc /moo to @Dramasauce for being such a great guy. Keep up the good work.
From Spaz Wesson, I'd like to give a /moo to Coltrane for his voiceover work and how helpful he is.
From Memeth, /moo to @Ilmar Hunter, who leads the Horseshoes and Hand Grenades AIE raid team through heroic Nourishing and Shah to 1.8 million left.
Wow. From Mick Montgomery to Lunara, the guild leader for Ministry of Truth, and Lith, the officer for Ministry of Truth on the Winterhoof server for being stalwart and dedicated stewards of that guild during this slow period.
And from Lower Walker Maslow, /moo to my lovely raid team who one-shot the first two bosses of Flex on her second raid night ever. Congratulations.
Ooh, nice, John.
And Maslow's inviting me to help her with her Dragon Soul Legendary Daggers. Sorry, Maslow, I won't be able to help you with that. Sounds awesome, though. Have fun. You got to do the whole rogue thing. Oh, that was so cool. We got the rogue quest. I mean, I didn't do all of it. I did the first part, but man, that was great.
We saw fit do it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you have /moos, go ahead, send them to us. Questions @TaurenThinkTank.com, @TaurenThinkTank for /moos. We look for those on Saturday or whenever the show day is because, it's a last minute type of thing. But those are for people that you want to say, hey, dude, you're awesome. I like you, and thanks. So go for it. We have iTunes reviews from Darkstar1979 and Healer Moon. Thank you guys so much. If you want to leave your own review, go ahead. Find us on iTunes. You can subscribe to us. Give us a rating and a review. 4 stars, 5 stars are great. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio. Give us a thumbs up. You can leave a review there too. We're also on the BlackBerry Podcast Directory and, of course, the Xbox Podcast Directory. Jules.
Rem.
What do you got going on?
First thing I wanted to say, we had a slash move from Mick Montgomery. I just wanted to say thank you, Mick, and congratulations to him and Jesse. They're joining the Signals Media All-Star Network on the Starting Zone podcast. And we have a couple of other new people that are coming into the fold. There's a new there's a new like a tabletop gaming cast, and I think it's called NPC Cast, and there's part of Signals Media as well. So I wanted to say
Signals Media.
Freak. So there you go. Anyway, now that you've totally derailed me.
It's okay.
Also part of the Signals Media All-Star Network, that TV show. We're going strong. We're back in doing our summer season, having a good time, talking about a lot of stuff. We're watching Vikings right now from the History Channel.
Oh.
I don't know, you don't care. So we're doing that. The other thing that I am doing is I Remembered It Better. And that's a really fun show to go back and to the geek nostalgia. So both shows are going on. You can catch them live show for that TV show on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central. We don't record I Remembered It Better. We don't record it live because there's a lot of post-production that goes on to that show. But you can usually catch that on Fridays or Saturdays.
Are you excited for August 23rd, Jules?
What is August 23rd?
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You do that TV show. You should know what August 23rd is.
What is August 23rd?
The new Doctor lands August 23rd, Jules.
I just want to make your head explode.
Oh, it already does.
I know. I'm sorry. Doctor Who. Yes, there you go. So that's what's going on with me. Minnesota Meetup this weekend. Again, July 26th. Come join us. Minneapolis, the Herkimer Pub.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I'm done.
You're done. Good. Thank you for you guys who listened to Connecticut 2014. Your feedback is appreciated and welcomed. Seems like y'all had a good time listening to it. We had a good time recording it. So that's on the Stormredcast, stormredcast.libsyn.com, Connecticut 2014. We're talking about potentially recording a commentary for Short Circuit 2. John, Ben, and I.
Whoa.
It is now streaming on Netflix, and I think we might be. I have to find out for them for sure, but we might be doing it Monday. We won't be streaming it though. We'll just be recording it while watching it and put it out, so you can have a commentary track featuring us for Short Circuit 2. But I'll let you know when that pops up, whenever it may be. Otherwise, I've got nothing going on so far. But check out the Stormredcast at Stormredcast on Twitter and stormredcast.libsyn.com. But I think I already said that. Jules.
Rem.
Spencer, I don't know if I want to do a Doctor Who podcast. It's a lot of work. Jules, let's. Are you ready to bring this baby home?
Let's bring this long show home.
Is it long?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I think it might be too. All right, let's do it.
Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
You can find us outside of the show on our website, torrenthinktank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us. There is also a donate button on the site, so if you like what we do and would like to support the show by sending us a donation, that's a great way to do it.
You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/torrentthinktank. You can find us on Twitter for the show at Tauren Think Tank. You can find Rem on Twitter at Remgar, REMGHAR, and me, Jules, at JulesRPG. And you can also chat with us and other members of the Moo Crew on our forums. Give those boards some love. It's forums.signalsmedia.com.
Of course, special thanks as always to Arcane, who does something else. Thanks, Arcane, whatever it is you do. And of course, Jules, thank you for being here, because it's always fun to do this with you.
You make me laugh.
I try. I don't know. Maybe you just laugh on purpose because it makes me shut up. I don't know. Don't forget your triple t-shirts at slashloot.com. 3 designs to choose from, and they are in different shirt colors. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight on our normal Saturday night at 10 o'clock Eastern Time at twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank. The chat room is awesome. If you haven't been in our chat room before, you should try it once because, you might like it. You might want to hang out.
Happy people.
The good peeps. That's what they say in the city. Good peeps. Yep. And if you're not listening to us in the chat room, you're not listening to us live, you're listening to us on a podcast. And I know when you're listening to us on a podcast, you're listening to us right about now. And I've actually had people tell me that I was right about that. So I must have some psychic powers, Jules.
You do. It's totally weird.
Jules,
Ram,
any last words?
we won't be here next week, but we'll be here the following week. So have a great week into. We'll see you then.
That's right. So remember, I miss being Alliance. So for Jules, for Arcane, and for me, until next time, /moo everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
Really?
Masha!
Yes.
All right.
You gotta send me that food tasting, yo.
I do when I get back to work. I'll pop it in the mail.
Yo.
Yep. I'm going to stop my recording.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same.
Right.
'Cause I can.
We'll save this project as episode 108.
108. Well done. My gosh, that was funny.
Was it? Did you have a good time?
Tauren thing. Tell us one thing was quite funny.
Yeah. Sunflower seed butter. Is it bad?
What is sunflower seed?
I don't know. Navik says just go to Trader Joe's and get sunflower seed butter.
Is it weird?
Shut up, Spence. I'm not sitting at FedEx, you jerk.
Wow. Somebody's got pissy pants.
I do have to pee.
Oh, that'd be nice. I got the pissy pants, and it's
It's amazing. Is it amazing, or amazing food tasting amazing? Because there's a difference.
because then it would be Rem going. There's your Murloc noise.
Yeah. I don't think I have a Trader Joe's around here. I got a Whole Foods in the town I work in.
I have. We've got one here. It's just in the downtown area, and it's like the parking is annoying, so I don't ever go.
No, that's pain. Yeah.
It's annoying. I don't want to go because it's annoying.
All right. I don't want to hang out too long. I gotta.
You got editing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. Lucky
Yay.
me.
I'll
Yay.
give you some notes.
Yeah. Tomorrow. I'm not going to post it tomorrow.
All right, it's fine.
So whatever.
Okay, dokie.
You guys, thanks for coming tonight. Hope you had fun.
Chat room and Spencer. Spencer was the one who gave us the spider boobs.
Spider
That
boobs.
was funny.
Spider boobs.
And I'm watching them do lyrics for the spider boobs song, and I'm like, don't look at it. Don't look at it. You're gonna laugh.
You should have started reading it.
Spider boobs. Spider.
No, Spencer, I haven't tried an Auntie Anne's pretzel yet. I have to find that.
Oh, those are numb.
Yeah.
Nummo.
Are they?
Yeah, they're all butter.
Oh, I like butter.
They're all butter, and they're like the bomb.
The bomb.
They was it Newark Airport when we were flying home to visit my parents? They had one of them there, like right behind us in the terminal. So I was like, oh yeah, I want one of those. So
Did you get one?
yeah, they had the little pretzel nuggets. So I got like the bucket of pretzel nuggets.
They had a Cinnabon at the rest stop Mom and I went to today.
Blah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's Cinnabon. Shut up, Jules. I like Cinnabon. I don't make fun of
Cinnamon
the things you like.
Me too.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You made fun of my peanut butter thing until you realized it was awesome.
I don't think I really made fun of it.
Well, you said I said you did more than whatever. We're not going to fight about this. Oh, no, Vulcan. No. That is just no.
Like it.
Spider boobs, they all butter.
Like it. I wonder if we'll see a download spike because it's called Spider Boobs. It's got boobs. Right?
I hope we don't get flagged on iTunes.
Oh, come on. I don't think so. That'd be hilarious.
It would be funny.
Torn Think Tank getting flagged. Right?
Explicit podcast for spider boobs.
Yeah. Oh, terrible. Good night, you guys.
Good night, you guys. Thanks for the laughs.
Yeah, we love you. Good night.
See you in 2 weeks. /moo.